So are you fired up against gun violence? Are you fired up to shine a light on domestic violence? Are you fired up to go up to the State House and testify to ensure that we have common sense gun control? I don't know about you, but I am super fired up to take not just who we have in here, but their entire state up to the State House. All of us are going to go up there to ensure that we have common sense control. Too many people, too many families are being impacted by senseless gun, right? And of course, I'm so super fired up, I can't even talk this morning. But let me just say, it was only 5 weeks ago, a group of women came together, and women rocks, right? Guys, thank you all for supporting us. But we had super moms came together in 5 short weeks, right? And we planned and strategized and looked around the room. We have assembled an amazing group this morning, and I'm just overjoyed to see all of you. But let me just take a time to really talk about this woman who I look up to, my big sister, who, you know, when she decided to run last year, and she started this campaign because, again, as an educator, a teacher, she said there was just too many families being impacted by guns, and we got to do something about it. Again, 17 years in the school system, not a politician by any stretch of the imagination, and she said, I got to do this because her son came home one morning, or one afternoon, and said, Mom, one of his classmates was shot. So think about this. Her son Eric came home and says, Mom, they shot Kip. And this mom of 3 boys got super fired up and says, we need change. And that's when she decided to run. And they said, oh, just a school teacher, right? Keep in mind, this is a woman that is educated, master's degree, and all of those things, but more importantly, a mom, a wife, a sister, a daughter, and all the things, and a community leader. And she said, I got to do this. And my sister, my big sister, Marcia, Representative Marcia Ranglin-Vassel, I have to tell you that I am so proud of you, proud of your work. I am proud to stand next to you, and when you called and said you're going to do this, of course, I am the biggest cheerleader for her, so I have no choice, being the baby sister. I just said, where do you want me to be? And she asked if I would allow my office, the Rhode Island Black Business Association, to open its door to convene these planning sessions, and I said, absolutely. And we were there for the last 5 weeks planning and making sure that we have an amazing event today. It gives me great pleasure to introduce my sister, Representative Marcia Ranglin-Vassel, who represents this district, District 5. Help me welcome her to the stage.
All that clapping for me or you? To God be the glory, great things He hath done. By the way, you guys rock. To my neighbors, distinguished guests, colleagues in city and state government, visiting friends, my husband Van Vassel, shout out Van, my brother Desmond in the back, and my firstborn, Ben, I extend to you my love, appreciation, and sincere greetings. Brothers and sisters, You certainly had a choice of where you could be this morning. But with the, let me start over. Brothers and sisters, you certainly had a choice of where you could be this pretty cold morning. But with your warm hearts, you have joined me in my planning committee as part of this resistance to gun violence in our community. I'd like to welcome my colleagues in government. My Councilman David Salador, please stand, Councilman. I'd like to recognize Representative Ranglin-Vassel in the back. I'd like to recognize my choice women, Representative Tansy. Representative Fogarty. Former Representative Linda Finn. I'd like to recognize our keynote speaker, Lucy Metcalf. And most importantly, I recognize and my teacher from PCTA, Peter. And why don't we put our hands together for all of us? Yesterday, in my 9th grade classes, we looked at the civil rights timeline. This morning, I'd like to engage your hearts and minds as we look at the Women Empowering Women, a Forum in Domestic Violence timeline, because we have a timeline too. January 7th, at 12:07 in the afternoon, I sent a Facebook message to Diana Carlington. Diana, please stand. And in my English class, my 9th graders, we're looking at primary source documents. So this is the text that I sent to Diana, who I hadn't met. We were just friends on Facebook. You know, you have a lot of friends on Facebook that you don't know your friends. Hi, Diana. Hoping all is well as we venture into this new year. I would love to pick your brain on a few things as I embark on helping to create change here in our state around gun violence. Thinking of you and keeping you in my prayers always. January 7th at 1:16 p.m., Diana responds, "Thank you for your prayers and your support. I would love to help in any way I can. Happy New Year, and I look forward to working with you." January 14th at 10 a.m., Diana and I had our first meeting at Newport Creamery on how together we could move this agenda forward. January 15th, I sent a Facebook message out randomly to everyone on my Facebook, and this is what it says. We're still looking at primary source documents. It says, "March is Women's History Month. Would you like to join a group of women, mothers, survivors, or planning a community forum around the impact of gun violence on women, children, and their families during the month of March? Let me know. Thanks." Not long after that message went out, women kept sending me all kinds of messages. I would love to help. So for all the women who said they would love to help, September 28th, 4 p.m., 10 of us met for the first time at our first meeting at the Rhode Island Black Business Association. Thank you, Reba, for opening up that space for us. We met every Saturday after that, either at 4 p.m. or at 1 p.m. Planning Committee, would you please stand? All of you, please. I'd be remiss, though, if I did not single out our MVP, Most Valuable Player, no other than Laura Abasi. Laura is our MVP, Most Valuable Player on the team. We didn't vote on this, but Laura became our amazing task mistress. Note, task mistress. Let us put our hands and hearts together and show some love to Laura and the entire planning committee. We're still on the timeline. March 4th, after hundreds of emails, calls, and the signature selfie after every meeting, we are finally here today. Thank you so much for answering the Macedonia call. I pray God's richest blessing on all of us today. But before I go, I want to call up a champion who has just introduced a bill to strengthen all of our community, in this person. Oh, all right, hang on there, Rep. My sister tells me what to do, by the way. All right, hang on there, Rep. We will now call up Rafel Zapata from PC. And by the way, I want to say I'm a friar. I graduated from this noble institution, so it brings me great pleasure to be here. Rafel, please come and give us a welcome.
Thank you, Representative. We're proud to have you as an alum of the education program here at PC. My name is Rafel Zapata, and I've been here for 5 years as our Chief Diversity Officer. It is wonderful to be expressing solidarity with this initiative. For the last 3 years, our office has co-sponsored the 10 Men Project in conjunction with the Rhode Island Coalition Against Domestic Violence. We hosted a summit in that room where the tables are set in order to enlist men against domestic violence, to educate ourselves and to help spread the word about what it really means to be a man and how that can be healthy for ourselves, but especially the women in our lives. Of course, gun safety and gun violence is also a scourge that affects many of our communities. And these are values here at Providence College. Again, safety, solidarity, human dignity, that you don't have to be Catholic, or you don't have to be of a particular faith that run deep. We face many challenges in our country, and many people here, including you, are fighters against what is going on. Anti-immigrant sentiment, anti-Semitism across the country, and racism, not to mention a few. But what keeps us hopeful is when we see a room full of dedicated individuals like yourselves who say no more. This will not happen. I will share my story of survival, resilience, and optimism. So we feel very blessed to have you here today. We bear the name of the capital city of Rhode Island. We bear a special responsibility to host such convenings. So again, we feel privileged. Representative, thank you for your leadership. Lisa, you are a friend of this institution. You're a member of our President's Community Advisory Committee. And these are the things we want to do with you. So thank you for being here. And we hope you enjoy our hospitality. And I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you to Kathy Baker and the staff at College Events. 5 weeks for some of my folks here can drive them crazy. And you know what? They did it in stride. Kathy O'Leary, who's not here, who's our administrative assistant. You talk about champions, behind the scenes, invisible work. Kathy, everybody in your office, Deirdre Driscoll, Tara Baxter, they are fighters, and that's how these events happen. From the vision to the tasks and everything. So with that, I leave you. Have a fantastic day here at our school. Thank you.
I just want to say, for those of you who may not know, I got in this fight against gun violence because for me it's personal, very personal. I have lost about 10 kids that I have taught, that they were in my English class, that I have taught that are no longer with us. And so when the last kid got shot and killed, Kip Stewart, I heard that he got shot. My son came home, my sister alluded to it, and said he got shot. I decided that I could not stand on the sideline anymore, because I, Marcia Ranglin-Vassel, could not stand and do nothing while our kids, all of our kids, lay dead in the street. So it is that vision that I bring to this. And I thank you so much. Thank you so much. So I pray God's richest blessing. I pray God's bountiful blessings. And all that we say and do today, I thank God for this work, and may it continue to grow and thrive, and may He, God, hallelujah, bring more laborers into this field. May God bless you. I love you. Have a great day. Have an engaging day, and we'll catch up later.